in the night, July 27. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name. Show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. Psalm 96, 2, 3. All who are of the truth hear the truth, and love to bear witness to the truth. Yet in our case, as in the Master's case, the world knoweth us not. It knows us not because it knew him not. The world, especially the religious world of Christendom, is disposed to crucify us as it crucified him. Only we are living in a more civilized time. And the scribes, the Pharisees, and the doctors of the law apparently find it more difficult today than of old to incite the people to destroy our lives. But by God's grace, we will continue to bear witness to the truth until the dark night comes, wherein no man can work, should our lives be spared till then. Reprint 5898.
Okay, let's get started. Today we're doing a deep dive into a really quite profound text. It's from Songs in the Night, dated July 27th. And it really springboards off Psalm 96, you know, the part that says, sing unto the Lord, bless his name, show forth his salvation from day to day.
Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. Yeah, powerful stuff.
Exactly. So our mission today, really, is to unpack what this text tells us about, well, about bearing witness to truth. What does that actually mean? And crucially, the kind of surprising, sometimes difficult reactions you might encounter.
Right.
It kicks off with this really striking statement. All who are of the truth hear the truth and love to bear witness to the truth. That's quite an opening line, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It sets a high bar. But what's fascinating, I think, is how quickly the text pivots. It goes from that ideal straight into, well, a pretty stark reality.
How so?
It says, yet in our case, as in the Master's case, the world knoweth us not. And it clarifies, it knows us not because it knew him not.
Ah, so it's drawing a parallel.
A direct one. And it doesn't just say the world vaguely. It specifically calls out the religious world of Christendom.
Really? So established religious systems.
Exactly. It suggests that those systems, those communities, often don't recognize people who are genuinely bearing witness to truth. It's like, just as the world didn't truly know or understand Jesus and his message back then.
It still happens today with those who follow that path. That's quite challenging.
It is. It makes you think, doesn't it? How living out your deepest convictions can actually lead to being misunderstood. Maybe even by people you'd expect to be on the same page, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it links this to history too, right? It mentions the world being disposed to crucify truth tellers in the past. That's pretty intense language.
Very intense. It highlights the extreme opposition faced historically, referencing the fate of the Master again. Serious, life-threatening stuff.
But then it shifts gears, which I found really interesting for us now. It says, we are living in a more civilized time.
Right. That's a key observation.
So what does that imply? It's more difficult today than of old to incite the people to destroy our lives.
Which changes the nature of the opposition, perhaps. It's less about immediate physical danger.
Maybe more subtle? Is that what you're thinking? Like different kinds of resistance?
Precisely. In a supposedly more civilized time, maybe the pushback isn't overt violence, but, you know, things like being ignored or maybe character assassination online, social exclusion.
Being dismissed, perhaps? Or just lost in all the noise we have today?
Yeah, exactly. The tactics adapt, but that core resistance to truths that make people uncomfortable, well, that seems to persist. It might even be harder in some ways, being subtly sidelined versus facing outright persecution. Interesting thought.
And despite this shift, the text emphasizes this incredible persistence. It says, by God's grace, we will continue to bear witness to the truth until the dark night comes, wherein no man can work, should our lives be spared till then.
Wow. The dark night comes wherein no man can work. That sounds final, urgent. It really does. It uses that biblical metaphor to suggest there's a limited time, a window of opportunity for this witnessing work. After that dark night falls, the chance is gone. It gives their mission a real sense of, well, urgency.
So pulling these threads together then, what's the main takeaway? It seems to be this deep, unwavering commitment to truth.
Yeah. Regardless of the reaction.
Right. Even when misunderstood, even when facing opposition, whether it's historical, overt opposition, or the more maybe subtle kinds we see in our more civilized time.
It's about holding fast.
Holding fast, yeah. When the world doesn't get it, or even actively resist, but maybe resists differently now, it's less about a physical battle, maybe more about endurance, enduring in a world that can often feel indifferent.
Which I think leads to a really potent question for you listening right now.
Right.
When you consider this idea from the psalm, continuously showing forth salvation, declaring glory among all people, what does that actually mean for your ability, your capacity to share what you hold to be true?
In your own life, your own context.
Yeah, exactly. In your family, your work, your community. And then how does that concept of the dark night, that feeling that time might be limited for meaningful action, how does that shape your sense of purpose? Does it add urgency to how you live out your own convictions, something to really mull over?